Are you looking for the best blenders? In this video, we will look at some of the 6 best blenders on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Vitamix 5200. The best blender that we've tested is the Vitamix 5200. This premium blender has fantastic build quality and has a long, 7-year US warranty, depending on where you buy it. It includes a 64-ounce jar, a 2-part lid, and a tamper, and it's versatile enough for all kinds of recipes. If you like to make smoothies, it makes a nearly perfectly smooth blend with ingredients like kale and blueberries in just a few minutes. You can add hot ingredients to the jar for recipes like soup and sauce. It easily pulverizes ice cubes, so it's also great for making crushed ice for cocktails or smoothie bowls with frozen fruit. Its controls are straightforward, with a pulse mode switch and speed dial that gives you lots of control over the blend. It comes with a taller, narrower jar than other Vitamix models, and it's easier to use for thick mixtures like hummus or nut butter since you hardly need to use the tamper. However, it doesn't have any extra features like blending programs or a timer. These features don't necessarily make for a better blend. However, if you like your machine to stop automatically or display the blending time, more expensive Ascent blenders like the Vitamix A3500 come with lots of extra features and perform similarly. The A3500's jar is dishwasher safe, unlike the 5200's, but both blenders are easy to clean by hand. Number 2. KitchenAid K400. The KitchenAid K400 is a worthy option if you don't want to spend that much on a blender. This full-size blender isn't as well built as the Vitamix A5200 and has a slightly smaller 56-ounce capacity. Its 1-year US warranty is also much shorter. However, it's very sturdy and delivers a versatile performance since you can use it to process hot ingredients, blend smoothies free of unprocessed bits, and make snow like crushed ice. Unfortunately, processing thick mixtures like hummus is a more difficult task. It can make a smooth blend eventually, but it's a longer, harder process since it doesn't come with a tamper, and you need to stop the blender to scrape the sides of the jar. Otherwise, its design is well suited for a variety of recipes. It has a good range of speed settings, so you can adjust the blending speed to suit your recipe. There are a few automatic blending programs you can access with the speed dial. The jar and lid are dishwasher safe, but unfortunately, if you're cleaning them by hand, the lid and non-removable blades take some time to get completely clean. Number 3. Ninja Footy Cold and Amp Hot Blender. The best mid-range blender we've tested is the Ninja Footy Cold and Amp Hot Blender. This blender isn't as well built as the KitchenAid K400, but it has a few different features you might like. Its 64-ounce main jar is made of glass, which you may find is less prone to scratches and discoloration, and it has a heating element built into its base. It means the blender can not only hot blend but heat and cook cool ingredients, meaning you can use it for one-pot recipes like pureed soup. It has a versatile blending performance. It makes a less smooth blend with fibrous ingredients like kale than the K400, so smoothies with leafy greens or fruit won't be as well blended, but it still does a fantastic job. It has no problem crushing ice cubes or processing hard ingredients like nuts, although when you're blending thicker recipes, you might need to stop the machine and use a spatula to stir the ingredients, which isn't necessary with blenders like the Vitamix 5200. It has many blending programs, including for hot recipes like sauté and hearty soup. However, when blending manually, there are only 3 preset speed settings, which is a bit limiting. Unfortunately, it's harder to clean by hand than the KitchenAid because the heating element built into the jar means you can't immerse it in water. Number 4. KitchenAid K150. The KitchenAid K150 is a great choice if you're looking for a budget-friendly blender. This full-size blender looks like a smaller version of the KitchenAid K400. It has a smaller 48-ounce capacity and only 3 speed presets, and it's not as well built as its pricier sibling. That said, it performs well for all sorts of blends. While it doesn't make as smooth a blend with fibrous ingredients as some of the previous picks, it makes a well-blended broccoli soup or fruit smoothie. It's easy to use for ice crushing and making recipes like nut butter or hummus. Compared to more expensive blenders, the 3-speed dial gives you limited options for fine-tuning the speed. It doesn't have as many blending programs as the Ninja Footy Cold and Amp Hot blender, but has a dedicated pulse mode that works well for breaking up hard ingredients like ice cubes. Similar to the K400, you can't remove the blade assembly from the jar, which makes it more difficult to clean by hand, but the jar and lid are dishwasher safe. There aren't any additional jars included. If you want a personal jar for smoothies, you might prefer the Oster Pro 1200. It's usually available for under $100 and is an excellent choice for single-serve drinks like smoothies and shakes. However, the major downside is that it isn't very well built. Number 5. Ninja Mega Kitchen System, BL770, BL770AMZ, BL771. A good full-size blender can handle most blends in its main jar, including blending a silky single-serve smoothie. However, if you make a lot of smoothies for one, you might want the convenience of the personal-sized jar that you can blend in and drink from. Many full-size blenders also come with food processor attachments or blades that can help with food prep tasks like chopping vegetables. If you're interested in an all-in-one blender, the best combo blender we've tested is the Ninja Mega Kitchen System. It comes with a 72-ounce main jar and at least one 16-ounce personal jar and to-go lid, depending on what model you get. It easily blends fibrous ingredients, so you can use the main pitcher or the smaller jars to make a very well-blended smoothie with fruits and leafy greens. There's also a separate 64-ounce food processing bowl with its own blade assembly. It's not as versatile as the other picks since it can't process hot ingredients. It doesn't have a two-part lid, so you can't pour in more ingredients or stir the recipe mid-blend. Dedicated home chefs might find its design limiting, but it can still help with most blends, including making snow-like crushed ice for drinks like slushies or processing mixes like nut butter and hummus. If you're mainly interested in the personal jars, keep in mind that you can buy personal blending jars with to-go lids with the vitamix 5200 and the KitchenAid K400 if you don't mind the extra expense. Number 6. NutriBullet RX. The best small blender that we've tested is the NutriBullet RX. In many cases, if you're looking for a compact blender to fit a small kitchen, our list of the best personal blenders is a good place to start. However, most personal blenders can't help with hot recipes, so if you want versatility in a small package, this is a good option. The blender's motor base has a small footprint, and although it's tall with the jar attached, you can remove it, making the unit more compact for storage. The main jar has a vented lid to allow steam to escape and makes a practically perfectly smooth puree with fibrous ingredients, so it's a great blender for single-serve smoothies or blending up a cup or two of hot soup. It also comes with a personal jar for single-serve smoothies and a cup ring so you can drink directly from it, but no to-go lid, unlike the Ninja Mega Kitchen System. Aside from smoothies and soups, it's a fantastic choice for small batches of nut butter and other dips and spreads. It can't crush a lot of ice at once, but making a bit of crushed ice for cocktails or a protein shake with ice cubes and liquid is no problem. It's well built, but unfortunately, not all of its parts are dishwasher safe, and its biggest jar has a 34-ounce capacity, which is small for a full-size blender.